listen to that breath control, how he's on one breath, he's able to hold out these long legato phrases. Now, that is built on a number of different things. Run, run, lost boy, they say to me. All right, so you know who it is, and you know who I'm reacting to. Giddy up. First, I gotta say, it's so good to be able to listen to a recording and not have to question whether there's auto-tune, not have to question whether they're actually the ones singing it or there's a backing track actually singing. You know he's actually singing live. This is 1970. Nobody was using any of those techniques, let's call them. And so you know it's actually him singing live. I really appreciate that. Makes my job so much easier. If you want to see an uncut version of this video, check out the link in the description. Listen to how he uses his voice and the dynamics within the notes that he's singing. So each so he builds into it, and he actually uses a little note bend there that I really like stylistically that he's approaching. But almost every one of his notes has a thought process behind what he's going to be doing there and why he's doing it. As he starts that note, he's starting it very softly and then building strength into it as he goes. That crescendo builds in much more of an emotional response to the audience. If you're interested in learning more on how to sing, I created a resource that I wish would have been around when I was starting to sing. With the subscription I've created, you get access to all of the courses that I've created and more that are coming. You get access to all of my private lesson recordings that I have from other students so you can learn vicariously through them. And you get monthly one-on-one lessons with me. All of this is available for one low monthly price, and it's a very well-rounded approach to learn how to sing. Click the link down below to get access now. See, there you could hear also how much of a cry he has underneath that tone. That cry element is what gives people, number one, that emotion behind their voice where they feel like the audience feels like they really mean what they're saying. And number two, it actually helps to bring the vocal cords together in a very strong way. No, no. He's got that cry, and you can hear, no. He's got a little bit of that break apart as he finishes that note, and that tells you that he's got a bit of a cry underneath it. And that cry has to be present because Pavarotti said, singing is crying on pitch. We need to be able to cry like little babies on those pitches, and that's what he's doing so beautifully. So I love how he plays with, number one, the pitches. Number two, he really focuses on matching the band and the music behind him, or vice versa, that the band is really matching what he's doing. But there's a really nice synthesis between the music and his vocal quality. So there you noticed it went from crescendo to a very quiet, easy place, right? And so this quiet, easy place that now he's going to have a new spot to build from. And that is kind of a second layer of dynamics that he's building within the song. Amazing. No saben que pensando en tu amor, he podido ayudarme a vivir. That guy's face. Hold on, I gotta go back to that guy's face. One sec. Look at this guy's face. Oh my God. That's his face. You know, that type of reaction is something I think all singers really want to elicit from the audience. It's just like absolute awe and just like his jaw's dropped. He's just not even like aware of himself. And that's why he's just like, they're just so taken in with the performance that he's not even aware of what his jaw and his face are doing. That is what I think 99% of us, when we're singing, we really want to get that sort of lost in the moment type of emotional response from the audience. If we can get that, yeah, that's the ultimate. listen to that breath control, how he's on one breath, he's able to hold out these long legato phrases. Now, that is built on a number of different things. Number one is the cry underneath it that helps his breath management. Number two, that he's just not letting a whole bunch of excess airflow come through. If he was letting a whole bunch of excess air come through, there's no way he'd be able to hold out these legato phrases. Number three, he's building in crescendos within each one of those pitches. And so that crescendo also helps with breath management. So he's using all those to his great benefit here.
Hoy quiero saborear mi dolor. Compasión y piedad, la historia de este amor se escribió para la eternidad.
I like those little note bends that he does. Those sound awesome. Like, it just shows an ultimate mastery of the voice to be able to play with the melody in that way.
Triste, todos dicen que soy.
So look at that right there. The audience just went crazy. Ask yourself, why did they just go crazy? Was it a high note? Did he just hit a crazy high note? No. Did he do anything in particular that elicited that response? No. But what he did was he built dynamics into the song. And by going to that crescendo and type of sound. And so right now I'm drawing you. And without even noticing it, you're trying to pay closer attention. Because I'm not yelling, I'm not screaming at you. The dynamics of this video just went way down. And so you have to pay closer attention to see, what is he saying? I think maybe what he's saying is important. And so that's essentially what he's doing. He's in that song, in that moment, building emotion by pulling back on the volume, pulling back on the intensity, and then leaving room for him to get much more intense as the song comes to a crescendo end, a climax.
Que siempre estoy hablando de ti. No saben que pensando en tu amor,
Crescendo.
he podido ayudarme a vivir. He podido ayudarme a vivir. He podido ayudarme a
Beautiful end. And so there you see the final crescendo is that final note where he leaves everybody in awe. And that E sound, it's a tricky one to sing right in that range. So a lot of people, they will want to sing that, and you can hear in his tone how he doesn't have this. A lot of them will want to sing it E, and if you notice, that gets really tight and that gets very strained. Don't want to sing it that way. The secret to singing an E is the way that he did, dropping the jaw a little bit, and then bringing the tongue up against the back molars so you get more space in the back of the throat, and then finding a little bit more depth in the vowel. And that's what he's doing right there, is he's finding that depth, holding it out from there. That's the only way he could hold it out that long without straining. Because if you tried to bring a E up to that range, number one, it would sound really, really brittle and harsh. Number two, it'll sound really strained, and it probably would crack also. Nobody would want to listen to it. Incredible. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more videos like this, see that one right there? Yeah, that one, I picked it out just for you because I know you're going to like that one. Click it.